What's going on? I'm Sam. I just got to Universal Studios Orlando and I'm gonna spend the day hitting up the park. I'm getting here a little late. It's almost noon and they opened at 9. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, but I do know after that I'm gonna be heading to Gatlinburg and going to Dollywood. So instead of trying to ride absolutely everything, I'm just gonna skip past Minions. I'll probably start with Rip Ride Rocket, even though I'm not a super huge fan of this ride. I was really looking forward to riding the Mummy, but sadly that's gonna be closed until June. So it ended up being a 60-minute wait, so I am definitely skipping out on this ride. Like, it was okay, but I came back last November when ride lines were so much shorter, and I am hoping not every ride will be like this. Luckily, I'm a single rider, so I should get into things a little quicker. So I decided to do Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon, just because the wait was little and it is nice and air conditioned in here. That was actually a lot more fun than I remembered. I really wish I could ride the Mummy, but sadly that is closed. That is probably I think that might be my favorite ride on this side of the park. I'm gonna check the wait for Transformers and I might ride that next. So the wait for Transformers is 40 minutes. The ride's pretty good, but honestly, I don't want to wait 40 minutes for it. So I checked the wait on The Simpsons. That's 25 minutes, and I don't really feel like waiting for that. I'm gonna make my way over to Men in Black because that has a 25-minute wait, but I enjoy that ride, and it has a single rider line where the last few times, even though it had a long wait, I was a walk-on. I am definitely not riding that. It has a 35-minute wait, and even a walk-on is arguably too long. Though I will say the queue line for that is amazing.
I didn't go in on this trip, but they have a bunch of the cars from the movies that still actually work, and a ton of car parts where the whole queue is set up like a garage. And I think it's actually a working garage. Of course, they have parts they don't use, but they also have tools and parts they do use. So I didn't even notice until this trip that the whole place is set up like an old train parking building, whatever you call that, where there's these 4, I guess, bays to park the trains, and they have all these fake train tracks that are embedded into the ground with this turntable in the middle. They even have the track switchers kind of laid out, which is really cool. And obviously, that's one of the cool things about Universal Studios and even Disney is just how well the theming works, how well they do it, and it just looks awesome. It feels great while you're there. Harry Potter, that world is amazing. The park in general is just awesome to walk through. And I just really enjoy going over here. But anyway, I made my way to Men in Black. There was a 40-minute wait, but when I got in the single rider line, I was able to pretty much bypass everyone.
And this is the power of the single rider line.
Six passengers per vehicle.
And walk right onto the ride. So next I made my way to Escape from Gringotts.
So the normal line has a really cool queue line where single rider is going to bypass that. but it's worth skipping that 60-minute line, and I assume I'm not going to wait more than 5 minutes in this line.
And I was wrong. The line was a lot longer than it was when I came last year, so I did have to wait about 25 minutes, which was still a lot better than the advertised 60-minute wait time in the standard line. And after waiting, I was able to ride Escape from Gringotts, which is my second favorite ride on this side of the park.
So that was a lot of fun. I just realized I skipped E.T., but I don't think it's really worth going back for that. I'm just gonna catch the train to the other side and go to Isles of Adventure. The app says it's a 15-minute wait. I don't know if I really believe that, but we'll find out. So based on my last trip, that looks more like a 40-minute wait at the very least, if not closer to an hour. Maybe I should have walked. I've been in line for like 20 minutes. Since I've been in line, the wait time went up to 35 minutes, and then they just announced that there's a technical delay.
Experiencing a brief delay in operation. We apologise for the inconvenience and will advise you of any further developments. Thank you.
So I guess I'm far enough, I'm just gonna wait this out. So that took about 45 minutes, but it was worth it. Now I'm in Islands of Adventure, and I'll get a couple rides in here. As much as I want to jump on Hagrid's magical motorbike adventure, I'm gonna wait because the wait time for that is about an hour and 10 minutes. So instead, I'm gonna do Poseidon's Fury or whatever that's called, because I've never actually done that. It was closed when I came here last year.
Cow, this place is incredible! Perfect! There you go, everybody! Yeah, whatever we're hoping.
Let the waters rush and the oceans roar!
Hey, look! The wall is moving! We're getting out of here!
And now is the time, with fortune unplanned, your trident comes home. Return to your hand.
Oh, check it out! It's some kind of a secret
More
passage
quickly, go
through the ocean! But I think you're...
So I had no idea what to expect on that, and it ended up being really awesome. The story might have been kind of lame, but there were so many special, like practical special effects that I was super impressed. I didn't see some of that stuff coming. That stuff's right up my alley. It's the kind of things I really enjoy. The room changes a few times, and it was definitely worth doing. I'll probably do it again at some point when I come back. So I completely skipped Dr. Seuss Land. I was kind of planning on jumping on Cat in the Hat because it only has a 5-minute wait, but I kind of forgot, so I'm just gonna keep walking. I'm gonna do some of the smaller rides and make my way right over there. I wasn't really a fan of the Hulk last time. The first time it gave me a pretty bad headache, and the second time it just still roughed me up a little bit. But now that I'm back, I'll give it another try and see if my opinion changes at all. Hulk was a lot better than I remember, but it's still really rough, and right after that launch I got my head banged really badly. I don't know why I get head banged extra. It's probably because of my glasses, but I just don't like these headbanger rides. Anyway, I'm gonna ride Dr. Doom's Freefall.
Everyone I've talked to that's ridden Hulk seems to really like it, so maybe it's something that I'm just riding wrong, but it seems to bang my head and hit my ears pretty good, so maybe I'm just doing something wrong. Other than that, I actually enjoy the ride. I just don't like getting my ears hit on the harness over and over again. After Hulk, I made my way to Dr. Doom's Fearfall.
You will initiate now.
So that was really fun. I feel like that ride's a little bit underrated. I wouldn't wait too long for it, but every time I've tried to ride it, last time and this time, it only took like 5 or 10 minutes to get on it. And at that point, it's super worth it. I have a lot of fun on it, even if it is a really short ride. So I really do like that Spider-Man ride, like a lot of people. The first time I came here, for some reason I forgot most of the rides were simulators, so I was a little bit disappointed, but now that I know what to expect, Spider-Man's pretty good. I'm going to be skipping all the water rides today because I don't feel like getting wet, and last time I did get stuck on Dudley Do Rights for like 30 minutes or so. So between getting stuck and getting wet, neither of those sound fun to me right now.
So next I made my way over to Skull Island Reign of Kong. This ride is pretty enjoyable, and again, being a single rider, I am able to pretty much bypass the whole ride, and this was a walk-on for me, even though it had like a 25-minute wait or so in the normal line.
I do like the Kong ride, but it's a little shorter than I remember. Now I'm super excited. I'm heading to VelociCoaster, which is probably my favorite ride of both parks, though Hagrid's is also really good, and I don't know which one I like better. Hagrid's and VelociCoaster both have a 1-hour wait. I'll jump in the single rider line for VelociCoaster, and other than getting one ride on Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, I think I'm gonna ride these 2 roller coasters until the park closes. I have like maybe 4 hours left. Looks like I'm not riding in the single rider line.
I ended up grabbing lunch, and then I waited for the single rider line to open, which happened pretty quickly.
So that was awesome and a lot of fun. It was so intense that it actually broke my belt. Like literally I got off the ride and my pants are starting to fall down. because my belt is broken.
Simply brilliant! And do remember, for optimal vocal
I'm heading into Hogwarts to ride Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. I have an extra belt in my car, but I don't think it's worth going back at this point because they're gonna close in like 2 hours. Actually, I still have 3 hours, but still I'm just gonna make the most of the time left before they close. I had to wait for a minute, but it was pretty much a walk-on with the single rider line. So I just got in line for Hagrid's magical motorbike creature adventure thing. I'm pretty much gonna ride this and VelociCoaster until the park closes.
So I've always done the single rider line before, and I never actually got to see the queue for this. This time I went through the main ride, and it was pretty cool going through and just seeing all the decorations and different rooms they had. The last few times I've ridden this, the single rider line had pretty much the same wait as the main queue, so I decided just to wait so I could get a motorcycle seat. And I love this LED ceiling that makes it look like there are actual bikes going overhead by turning the LEDs on, off, or on different colors.
So that was awesome. I'm gonna try and get back on VelociCoaster. So my plan now is to get very front row.
So this was another ride that I've always used the single rider line and never went through the main queue. So it was pretty cool seeing everything because with the single rider being a shorter queue, they don't have as many decorations, and I didn't get to see the lockers and some of the hidden Easter eggs they kind of had hidden around. I was able to get a ride in the front row, and this is absolutely my favorite ride. I do like it better than Hagrid's.
So there's 40 minutes till park close. I probably only have time for one more ride, and that's gonna be a night ride on VelociCoaster. I thought about riding Hagrid's, but this one is just too much fun. That was awesome. I had a night ride front row of VelociCoaster twice in a row actually. The park is now closed, so I need to figure out what I'm doing tonight. I'm either gonna get a hotel or I'm gonna sleep in the truck again. Tomorrow, I decided I'm probably not coming back here. I'm gonna go to Busch Gardens.
Sidewalks on the right.
So that was awesome. I was planning on coming back tomorrow for a little bit before leaving for Gatlinburg so that the next day I could go to Dollywood. But I found out they're not actually open, which means I have a whole nother day here, and I'm not sure I'm coming back to Universal. I might do something like Busch Gardens instead. But now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I was planning on sleeping in the truck tonight, though I might look for a cheap hotel because I'm tired and I wanna take a shower and not wait for the gym tomorrow morning. So I forgot to record an outro and now it's like 3 months later. I might look a little bit different. I feel a lot better the last few months. I haven't been feeling super great. So I've changed my diet and have been going to the gym. Now I feel so much better. I'll get into that later. That trip was super fun. I had a lot of fun at Universal. The Busch Gardens video is coming out next. And then I have a whole bunch of videos recorded in the meantime that have taken place that I'm going to try and get out. But yeah, and since then I've been doing just a bunch of different stuff, taking some time for myself and spending a lot of time with Griffin. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and we will see you in the next one. Griffin, come here. Hey, buddy. Come on. What are you doing? Come here. What are you doing? Okay, come on, let's go to work. Oh, who's a good boy? Let's go to work. Come on. Come on, baby. Good boy.